everyone, welcome to Divine 44 and me, Jennifer Roberts. So, you know, all of those inspirational women in history, a lot of them have been categorized and known about through their own writings, through the power of their own words transmuted onto physical paper that has lasted the test of time. Better than most things has lasted the test of time. And you know, we look at these women in ordinary life because history did not find it important to document the power and the prowess and the ingenuity of women in general at all. And so we look at these things and we find great pride in them, and we know that, you know, these women often have overcome the most terrible circumstances. And so, you know, you think of Anne Frank and the true story of how it affected a real individual without the political skew point, without the wants and requirements of a royal family and what they want to have written. And so we look at all of those things, and one, we find the most important thing, in particular women, write your story, write it down for those to find in the future. Write down what it was really like, how governments really tricked many into being a strong arm of the government in order to try and oppress and coerce and frighten people into a decision. Write down all of those things and write down how it affected the family. Write down the lessons learned so that it can be learned from the future. But most of all, for everybody, this is a time that we are in. Again, another point in history, another history loop, that, you know, are you going to be remembered as one of those people who were brave enough to stand up against oppression? One of those people who were brave enough to see the controllers and face off with them? Or are you going to be one of those people who were brave enough to actually defend and protect those who were being oppressed, those who were being targeted? Or are you going to be remembered as the many who, let's face it, don't have the same kind of accolade today as the brave people who kept their diaries that we can read? Are you going to be one of those that just disappear into the sea, that became the tidal wave that forced the collective into a position that politics at the time wanted, that big pharma at the time wanted, that the hidden beings behind these puppets wanted? Because we are at that time, and that time is going to get even more apparent. It's going to get even more important to make a decision as to how you want to be seen by history, how you want to be viewed. And even more than that, the energetic and karmic payoff for generations down from yourself. You know, this we build up this bank, and it can either be a debt to those that come after you, or it can be a dividend. And so I prefer to do everything I can to make it a dividend, to make it something that is worth having, that is something that people can be proud of. You know, my granddad gave me dividends. My granddad gave me interest. He gave me lessons learned with interest. He gave me ethics and morals with interest. He gave me strength and power and intelligence and wisdom with interest. He passed that down to me, and it's my role, it's my responsibility to give reverence to that and expand that, and hopefully pass down, not hopefully, for sure, I'll die doing so, passing down to my children, to my fruits, to my next generations, interest on everything that he gave me, and interest on everything that now I've learned in my present time, in my lifetime. It's very important. It's more important than ever to not just feed into the present distractions, forget about the present distractions, see the bigger picture, and make sure that you're feeding into, with interest, the next generations, and how have, because our actions today, our stance today, our strength today absolutely is the foundations of that stance, that power, that strength of future generations. So we can either leave them a crumbly, mold-ridden, foundational shithole, or through these times of change we can actually show our grit and leave them a strong foundation from which to build their thrones upon, for them to be true sovereigns, for them to know true sovereignty, true strength, true individuality without apology. So that being said, choose your side, not the side of this one, that one and the other one. Choose your side, how you wish to be deemed, how you wish to be seen, how you wish to be accounted for. Choose how that then is reflective of what your fruits can feed from, can build from and go forward from. So choose your side. Which side of you are you going to lie on? Much love, balance and wholeness always.